Y'all, so and that you know you got to protect juveniles when they're involved in criminal activity and that kind of thing, but they're not giving any information on this, which makes me feel like it's real suspect. But it says Chicago's top cop has few answers about how a 13-year-old boy was shot and seriously wounded by a Chicago police officer. Yeah, it sounds pretty damn weird. We'll be right back on the Keep It P podcast.
Music TV. Music TV.
Yes, this is the Keep It P podcast, and we take the news and the situations and we show how one could and could not have been keeping it on the P. It's this music, man. It's the music. I'm not trying to tell you what to think. I'm trying to show you how to think. That's the reason why I bust down the articles that way I do. And so let's get on into this because somehow it's always got to be some shenanigans involving stuff that police do. It seems like it ain't never right. Hold on, let me get back to this article. Coming on in the house, make sure you hit that like button and share this program because they ain't they ain't sharing no black empowerment. But it says the boy was shot. A boy was shot. The boy. It says the boy was shot Wednesday night after he jumped from a stolen car and began running on the 800 block of North Cicero Avenue in Austin. If you're from Austin or you know about the Austin area, let me know where that Cicero Avenue is. Is that a black or a white neighborhood? It says he remains in serious but stable condition. Chicago's top cop. Hold up, well that's in Chicago. Oh, that must be the Austin neighborhood. Okay. Chicago's top cop provided few answers Thursday about how an unarmed 13-year-old boy was shot and seriously wounded by police officers for allegedly running from a stolen vehicle. It says police superintendent David Brown clear what he says speaks nearly 24 hours after the shooting, sidestepping many of the questions posed during the news conference that the Times grew continuously. It says Brown confirmed earlier reports of the Chicago Sun-Times that the boy jumped from the stolen Honda Accord. Honda Accord. That definitely has some implications. I'm thinking Mexicano, but I'm more or less thinking Asian though. Somebody was trying to get them some little parts for their little Honda Accord, their little ricer. I don't know if y'all know that's a thing, but yeah. It says jump from the stolen Honda Accord as the police closed in on the car. He ran towards the gas station, 800 block of North Cicero Avenue in Austin around 10:15 p.m. It says an officer shot the boy once as the teen turned towards the officer who pursued him. Brown said, but the superintendent wouldn't say how many rounds were fired or whether the boy's hands were up. Brown did not confirm that no shot. Brown did confirm that no shots were fired at the police officer during the incident. He declined to say whether a gun was found, even though the law enforcement source and the civilian office of police accountability told the newspaper no weapon was found on the scene. Reacting to the video showing the police dragging the boy after he was shot, Brown said the officers moved the boy over concerns of gunfire that may have struck the pumps and that could have burst into flames. Brown declined to offer any clear defense for the officers, telling reporters, I'm not to testify for the officers. No, the officers need to write down their own statement. The superintendent did not say whether he had reviewed the body cam video for the officers, as well as the surveillance video, all of which was made unavailable by COPA earlier in the day. The boy remains in serious but stable condition as stronger where he Stroger. Hold on, because that'll kind of tell me about who it is too. Stroger Hospital. Stroger Hospital. Yeah, it's Cook County. Is that a county hospital? Uh huh. See, that might be a county hospital. I just had to look that up real quick, y'all. Um, yeah, that's a county hospital on the west side. So he was coming from the north side. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do a little bit more investigation on that. He said, it goes on to say where he is being held in custody for the stolen car. Brown said he did not elaborate on the charges have been announced. The Accord was initially stolen Monday night after it was left running in the 1000 block of West Randolph Street. Brown said it was later used in a carjacking that the following night in Oak Park when someone in the blackface mask stole a Honda CRV left running with the 3 year old inside near Lake Street and Oak Park Avenue. Ooh, the boy mother grabbed onto the SUV and was dragged to the ground, breaking her clavicle. The 3 year old was found unharmed about 15 minutes later in the car, which had been abandoned in the 200 block of Madison. Oak Park police said the carjacker was seen getting into a other Honda, which Brown said set off automatic license plate readers in Chicago throughout Wednesday and came under surveillance of police helicopter. So y'all know they got automatic license plate readers on cars, right? Like you could just be driving down the street and they could just read your license plate. They're automatically constantly doing it. According to the radio traffic, the helicopter pilot and a dispatcher repeatedly asked whether any officers on the ground were pursuing the car. There is some confusion as to officers closing in on 10-1 is code for officer in distress. The dispatcher at first said the shots fired at the police, but then said shots fired by the police. They always lying. That's how they set up the shooting. But Brown and others later confirmed there was no gunfire. I'm gonna skip a few. It says another question raised by shooting is the department's policy on foot chasings and whether officers are allowed to follow it. It said the department revised the foot chase policy with backlash from the fatal shooting of Adam and the days later, a 22-year-old Anthony Alvarez. I remember that. The revised policy unveiled earlier this year emphasized the inherent danger of foot chases and prohibits officers from starting them for minor offenses such as traffic stops. The policy also expands to police supervisors' role in ensuring proper guidance and communication when the pursuit begins. Brown said he wouldn't compare Wednesday's shooting to a killing of Adam. It's really important to take this as a separate standalone case. No, no. These are familiar acts that usually happen from the same people. It goes on to say, did they have to shoot him if he was running? Didn't they have a weapon? Maybe they didn't know. But he's only 13. The woman said that her block is quiet and the block around the corner has regular bouts of gun violence. They've been shooting around here forever, she said. It's cold down. It's cooled down and starts back up. Yeah, I heard a bunch of splaining. I just wanted to kind of read that in its entirety to see where they was going with that. Um, it's funny because if it was a black team, somehow they would have to let you know that. I think they was letting you know that by um, him going to the county hospital. Although with the Hondas, I really feel like them is some Asian dudes. I just really feel like that. I don't know. What y'all think? Who y'all think committed the crime? We'll try to follow up and keep a hold of this one. But don't let me hold you. But I'm just gonna mold you, fold you, and scold you about being on code. Make sure that y'all tell everybody and their mom to go sign the petition. make sure that you go grab a shirt and you say it with your chest. Actually, I have Kendra Blackwood say it for me a little bit better. All right, hold on, y'all. Peace.
Be one to the family. This is Kendra Blackwood of Hot Lava Music TV and the Hot Lava Media Group. And I come to you today with an urgent call to action. And with that being said, this petition is to demand the US government immediately make anti-black racism a public health crisis is now an active campaign at change.org. And after this message, I'm going to need you to go over there and show your support. Right after you smash that like and subscribe if you have not already. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications. It doesn't cost you a thing. Now, this is a petition to demand cash reparations for foundational Black Americans addressing two critical components. So what is anti-Black racism? Anti-Black racism is defined here as policies and practices rooted in American institutions such as government, finance, education, healthcare, and justice that mirror and reinforce economic deprivation, racially targeted laws, beliefs, attitudes, prejudice, stereotyping and/or discrimination toward foundational Black Americans. What is a public health crisis, you ask? Well, a health crisis or public health crisis is a difficult situation or complex health system that affects humans in one or more geographic areas, from a particular locality to encompass the entire planet. Health crises generally have significant impacts on community health, loss of life, and on the economy. And ultimately the solution to the problem, it is imperative that the United States government declare anti-Black racism a public health crisis for foundational Black Americans. In 2020, as a community, Asian Americans experienced only 287 hate crimes nationwide. However, FBA in the same year suffered 2,871 reported hate crimes. As we know, those are just the reported accounts according to the F.B.I. As foundational Black Americans, we know that the number should reach in the billions daily. This resulted in a 94-1 unanimous decision to pass into law an anti-Asian hate crime provision to make Asian a protected class. With anti-Black racism being thousands of times more prevalent and permeating within the fabric of America, we ask that you sign this petition to say we are sick of studies and commissions to study forums and meaningless holidays and nothing burger symbolic gestures. We demand the U.S. government to urgently disperse the first initial reparations cash payment of $20 trillion to the surviving descendants of American chattel slavery. AKA, cut the damn check. And I mean that. Jack. On my ancestors for real for real. I proudly digress. Anyway. Check out the new Slave Patrol documentary. Pull up season on you sucker MCs. Don't forget to join us on Patreon. I got 4 words for you. Go grab a shirt. And love, peace, blessings and Maloa. Be one.
Be careful for her love, she love.
Hey Riri.
Hey Rihanna, hey girl, how you doing? I'm into you like Trump's in the cocaine. I know that might sound a little confused.